All right, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing yet another beer from Hop Butcher for the World, and they're out of Chicago, Illinois, and this is the Way and Total Daylight. So this is a double IPA that comes in at 7.5% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in time of review. This can is approximately 3.5 weeks old, and I want to give a huge thanks and shout out once again to Hop Butcher for hooking me up with this one. I'll post a link in the description box to the beer mail unboxing video I did that contains all the goodies they hooked me up with, and yeah, this sounds pretty good. So they're brewing this one with Citra, Nelson Sauvin and Galaxy hops. And yeah, they have tasting notes like always, a lush, citrus, pleasant, dank, ripe tropical. So very, I'm going to say somewhat generic, citrus, dank, tropical. Yeah, I mean, they're throwing like lush and pleasant and ripe, but very, very generic. Not usually like Hop Butcher to throw generic tasting notes, but sometimes they do. Anyway, let's get this into a glass. Does it really matter now? Hashtag proper glassware. Yeah, it's pouring out like some kind of fruit juice. Looking really nice in this glass, especially. I love this glass. I'm so thankful they sent it my way because this is a fantastic glass. So yeah, that pours out. Has this milky kind of deep orange, deep yellow kind of color to it. Very turbid, murky. About a 3 finger of this off-white, super creamy, compact head. Oh man, yeah, that looks fantastic. That looks like a great beer. Has like that soupy kind of, to shout out to a good friend of mine, a fellow beer tuber, Matt over at Massive Beer Reviews. He always says butternut squash soup. Yeah, for sure. Let's get those. Ooh, okay. So getting a huge dank quality. They say pleasant dank. Yeah, there's a pleasant dank quality to this one. Very like a dank herbaceousness, I would say. Very herbal. Then underneath it, fleshy, sweet, over-ripened kind of pineapple, mango, papaya, fleshy. I've been using that seemingly a lot over the last couple of months, but like fleshy fruits. What I mean by that is like when you get into the fruits, they're very creamy and just like have a different, like you're talking papaya, pineapple, well, more papaya and like mango and things of that nature. Honeydew melon, where it's just like it's a creamy, like fleshy kind of tone to it. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Honeydew melon, yeah. And there's this underlying orange, kind of juicy orange. I wouldn't say, ripe. Was it ripe on a lush citrus? Sure. So yeah, big herbaceous dankness on top. Underneath that, I'm getting like fleshy tropical and stone fruits, and then right under that, a really nice juicy orange quality. The nose is fantastic. Let's get into this one. Cheers, everybody, and thanks again to Hop Butcher. A delicious beer. That's delicious. This is a fruit bowl of awesomeness in this glass. God damn. I gotta go back in. The finish, but just the after kind of effects of each sip, like from the front of the palate to the back palate, I'm just left with like just huge, fruity, almost like you just, ate a handful of different fruits. It's so juicy, sweet. Anyway, body, it's fantastic. Higher side of medium body, 7.5%. Yep. Mouthfeel, it's a double. Here's the thing. I don't think I've had too many double IPAs from Hop Butcher that don't nail the mouthfeel. It has it all. Soft, smooth, creamy. It's very pillowy on the palate, just like drinking a cloud. Yeah, body, mouthfeel are spectacular. The taste is also fucking fantastic. Those fleshy fruits intertwine with that like juicy, I'm gonna say more of like a juicy blood orange or like a tangerine, something that has more of a juiciness to it. Tangelo, dare I say Tangelo? Right at the forefront, it's like over-ripened pineapple with mango, papaya, and then intertwines with that juicy citrus tone right at the forefront. So that's where you get the handful of like, a fruit bowl and just eating it. Pass through the palate, that herbaceous dankness kind of hits. But it's not as big as it was in the nose, but it's still there. It almost has like a herbaceous, almost like, not really like basil or anything, but just like has this nice like earthy, slightly vegetal, just dank quality to it, and it stops the sweetness. It stops those fruity components. Like I said, I'm kind of still left in the aftertaste and on the finish with those fruity components, but this stops it from being too much On the back of the palate, has a mild to moderate bitterness, semi-dry finish, still leans sweet, but the finish is also cool because those fruits at the beginning hit. That herbaceous dankness along with like a little bit of a bitterness and a semi-dry finish kind of hit like halfway through the palate, but I say semi-dry finish. It's just semi-dry at about 95% of the way through the palate. Then the last 5%, those fruits come back, and it's again juicy, it's fruity, it's fleshy, it's just ripened fruits, and it's fantastic. It's a 7.5% double IPA from Hop Butcher. The alcohol, whatever, like you can't even taste it. This is fucking phenomenal. The last couple of beers from them, really, they're hop forward beers. Do it for me. A Digital Frontier was one of the best triple IPAs I've had, period, and certainly from them. And then this one, yeah, it's great. I just love that fruity, like aftertaste. And I can't, like I said, I don't want to say it's finished because I get it like that front to the middle of the palate. But also on the back of the palate, I'm left with that like herbaceous dankness. So it's kind of everything that they say. Lush citrus, sure. Pleasant dank, yes. One of the most pleasant dank beers I've had. And then ripe tropical, yeah. Like they've, I mean, very generic tasting notes, but at the same time, they pretty much nailed it. Hit the nail on the head. So yeah, I can't say enough about this beer. Really good. Yeah, so I'm gonna give the weight and total daylight. Actually, I just saw Nelson on there, and now I'm getting like on the back. And again, this is where you see something, and you're like, hey, yeah, no, there's Nelson in there. I really wasn't getting like white grapes or white wine, but that dryness kind of reminds me of a dry white wine. So that's maybe where the Nelson is sneaking in. But anyway, the weight and total daylight, I'm going to go high 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to go 4.6 out of 5. This is fucking great. I don't think it was as good as the Digital Frontier, which is one of the best beers I've had from them lately, but it's fucking close. It's double IPA, 7.5%. Fucking yes. This is a great beer. So if you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. $14.99 a 4-pack, I believe, and distribution, mostly Chicagoland, although I think they're getting drips and drabs out to different states and whatnot. I have no idea. I don't know anything about their distribution other than Hop Butcher sends me these beers, and I cannot thank them enough for doing so. They are a great brewery. And the first time I had their beers was courtesy of a good friend of mine and viewer of the channel, Jeff, aka No Jinx, before. I never really knew too much about them other than I knew Matt was reviewing their stuff and I'd watched some of his reviews. But Jeff sent me a couple beers. I was really digging them, and then they ended up sending me stuff. And let me just tell you, if you are in the Chicago area or you can get your hands on these, do so, because they make fucking great beers. I've only had one beer from them that really wasn't my jam. Outside of that, they're all fucking pretty good, and some of them are just world-class phenomenal beers, and this is up there with them. So yeah, not much more I can say about it. Like I said, if you've had this one before, definitely let me know what you think about it. Appreciate everybody stopping by to another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. To the next one. Cheers.